Welcome back, guys, as we transition ourselves to the wonderful little camera we've got. Game 2, Wagamama, Evil Geniuses versus ViCi Gaming. Game 1 was quite interesting, honestly, all things considered. The draft from ViCi with that Bloodseeker last pick.
I think many things could have made that game go either way, honestly. But EG, they looked a little bit more intentional with some of their moves, some of their plans. ViCi Gaming looked like they were panicking and trying to get what they could, and they got quite a bit as well. There was a point when they killed the entire tri-lane of EG. That looked really solid. But at the same time, CCNC was never really killed. He was free farming on his TA, and you got to a point eventually where the tools were just there for EG. They were doing the split pushing with Drow and Enigma, and the kills were happening everywhere with the rest of the team.
As soon as they got that Earthshaker TA, just kind of duo roaming the map and finding pickoffs, it kind of felt like EG had it in their grasp, and ViCi were...
It shows the power. Like, TA needs disables. That's all she needs. Shaker is arguably one of the best heroes to pair her up with. I always say this when I played in teams in the past and they ask, okay, what heroes do we need to pick with TA? You know, it's not just about what don't you want to play against. And I always just say, give me stuns. Any stun is good.
Any stun is good.
You got to think about it, though, last game. That was a last pick Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
And he got destroyed in lane. He was level 4 against level 6. That is, you know, qualifies as destroyed to me. And then he tried to play the recovery Dota, but it wasn't enough. You really want to be careful about your draft. I think draft has been very, very impactful in a lot of the games that we watch. It's not just about the execution. Draft is like maybe 60–70% of the game, I think. Honestly, I would give it that much credit.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. ViCi Gaming and EG, are they changing things up a little bit? ViCi Gaming definitely changing their bans around there a little bit. Bane enters the field. I feel like EG have the same bans as the previous game, Tiny IO Silencer, starting off with a Weaver as the primary pick. I feel like that's our first Weaver of the stream.
I think so. I think our first... No, we've seen... Yeah, well, to this stream, but we saw one Weaver yesterday. There was one guy, because I remember he's level 25 and he was running around really fast. So there was one. I can't remember who picked it, but either way... Weaver, pretty nice hero against Egg. You have the double attack already guaranteed. S4 also likes playing the Weaver. He's definitely comfortable on that hero.
EG banned the Weaver because of the first pick switch. EG banned the IO this time.
Yeah.
Don't want to give ViCi that first pick IO. That's what changed there.
Yeah, a little bit of a swapperoo in that. Of course, IO always respected by the team with second pick. You don't want to give it away. Even if you know there's stuff to counter it with, it's so hard to play against. Wisp is just powerful.
Do we start to build up our toxic draft? Phoenix Undying start things off?
Might be.
Against Weaver Bloodlust, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not fun to play. Not fun to play Undying against Weaver is the only thing. Like, yeah, he has no HP, but eventually you're just useless against him because you have no stun or silence.
I do like that. Guaranteed disable almost against the Weaver with a Blink Call, but also that safety net for Phoenix, being able to potentially protect the egg with that Axe Berserker.
That's true. That's true. He does provide a little bit of safety there. And pretty powerful dual lane, which we probably will see these two heroes together. Shouldn't underestimate it, at least.
Classic Drow ban.
Yeah,
Drow Weaver, not something that ViCi Gaming want to deal with.
I was surprised that they didn't ban it in the first phase, but banning the Mirana instead, you know, realizing that there are many heroes that EG are strong at playing. But at least they won't have to deal with Drow. Even after having Axe themselves, they don't want to face it. Terrorblade gets banned out. One hero that EG don't want to deal with.
And Necro being completely ignored so far.
He is. Didn't work out so great for ViCi Gaming in the first game. Felt like he didn't really come online and do anything. He was having a pretty good laning stage at some points, but then he was doing good in the beginning. But then S4 just started denying him a lot and shoving him out of the lane, and then he kind of felt homeless.
He kind of moved top, farm jungle. He had Blink Veil at a reasonable timing. But
he did have Blink Veil pretty early, but never able to really get a kill on TA or even Drow. He just ran around and got ganked mostly.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those awkward things where he's got items to fight, but the game state didn't allow him to.
Yeah, it was a really tough spot for him. Shaker banned by ViCi as well.
There it is.
Still scared of it, even with Ogre Magi picked. guess it makes sense.
5 seconds
Not
remaining.
100% sure that EG would have played it, but they might have, and they don't want to take a might have.
With the way things have been going, this Ogre could be position 3. Recently, we've been seeing a decent shift in terms of playing that out of 5 and into 3.
We have seen that. I think Ogre 3 is a very interesting role where he can be really strong, but I think it takes a certain player to be able to execute it. Because I've seen many players just build the wrong items or not use the power of Ogre in the right way. And even though they had like a really strong laning stage, they just turn out useless.
So there are lots of ways you can go, right? I've seen kind of 3 main builds. There's the Aetherlens Aghanims build, which just like burst people into the ground. There's the kind of aura, tanky stats build,
Crimson Guard
and Pipe. And then there's the more fun one with the Radiance that has popped up from time to time. But that's more like a position 1, you know, in the off lane
I have
rather than pos
I have
3.
not quite seen that, but that sounds like a lot of fun as well to watch.
I can't remember who it was. Someone played it yesterday. I can't remember who it was, but they had Radiance Ogre, and he was like 15,000 net worth, top of the top of the pops.
Dear Lord.
So Warrior for Evil Geniuses.
Classic Phoenix counter just coming out.
Matches up against Axe reasonably well.
Yep, it does. Well, this is really hard now for Phoenix, I feel. He's going to have a tough time getting a good egg off against Bloodlust, Weaver with Geminate Attack, and an Ursa. I mean, just these 3 heroes alone are making it tough.
10 seconds remaining.
Don't even want to see 2 more heroes in this. But
5
fortunately,
seconds
it's probably
remaining.
just going to be a support Phoenix as always, so shutting down a support is not super big.
Not the end of the world. Oh, ViCi into this 3rd pick. Ursa, Ogre, Weaver, 3 heroes that you kind of have to deal with and handle.
You might still go back for the Necro, honestly. I mean, yeah, it didn't work out that great in the last game, but he is quite strong against some of these heroes. Gonna go Venge. All right.
These picks are so snappy. I mean, ViCi Gaming, okay, it's deliberate, very kind of slow and steady with that Venge pick, but Evil Geniuses, even in the prior draft, there was a Troll snap pick they had in one of those previous games. Now Morphling's just like, there we go.
Their 4th picks are instantaneous. They know. There's no doubt what we pick right there.
No doubt whatsoever.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
where does this move us now? Ursa, where's he heading? Is this Morphling
5
middle lane,
seconds
Weaver in the safe lane? Ursa, I mean, I guess the side lanes you can swap around.
You could put Weaver mid as well, but I prefer Morphling mid. Try to match up the Ursa against the Axe, and then Weaver against whatever they pick, which works out quite well because Weaver is versatile enough and strong enough of a laner. They probably can go against whatever they pick last on the side of ViCi Gaming. Also want to know if this is a core or a support Venge. You know, it could be
True.
Could be a support Venge, but I almost prefer the core Venge over support.
She's got some great stats, and in lane very often feels pretty good against heroes like Weaver because you have a pretty massive amount of kind of burst damage, and you force a lot of regen on him early on anyway. It will be the support Venge.
That answers the question.
Shift into Luna again.
Well, Venge with Luna is a nice couple, though. The 2 of them, they go together so well. Look at them. Even visually, man. They're just meant for each other. You have this aura strat going down, you just push really hard. I do concern myself a little bit here for ViCi, though, that they don't have the best Morphling counters. Yeah, at some point, if Axe has Blade Mail, he can maybe kill Morphling on his own if he's fast enough. Or perhaps if he has Shadow Blade to do it.
5
But
seconds
other than
remaining.
that, their stuff is really bad against Morphling. Really bad.
They've got some decent kiting against Ursa Weaver with Swap, Luna Axe. They build reasonably tanky. I'm just wondering about this. Like the last pick you mentioned kind of potentially has to deal with the Morphling here on top of, you know, a Spirit Vessel from the Phoenix. But Evil Geniuses, they've got some really elusive, tanky, annoying heroes to bring down. And
They do.
Like if these fights draw out, I'm looking at ViCi Gaming right now with Luna Eclipse, Phoenix Supernova. They've got some reasonably long cooldowns that they will be relying on.
There's also a downside of playing a hero like Luna, who has an ulti that bursts out all the damage at once, against stuff like Ursa with the ulti. If Ursa pops ulti, he just tanks all that. So they do go back into Necrophos. I thought it looked like a good Necro game. I'm glad that they agree with me. They just picked it a little bit later, not showing it too early.
5th pick Necro.
Well, he just makes a lot of sense against Ursa and Weaver. It's so hard to kill Necro if you only have right clicks. And the ulti still helps a little bit bring down certain heroes here.
10 seconds remaining.
A little bit spooky against Morph Adaptive Strike.
Yes, it's scary to press the W,
5
but
seconds remaining.
but there's
You
not
have to.
really that much else, you know. I mean, multicast from Ogre maybe, but typically you might buy a hood if you concern yourself about the magic damage anyway, as a Necro. So we'll see.
So Morphling ulti, we'll leave that for later. Final pick for Evil Genius is probably the better thing to talk about right now at the end of the draft, as they look towards their position 4 or 5.
Yeah, it really should be. Unless they want to go crazy and play a support Weaver. It could all have been a debate until now, and it's just a Weaver and Ogre support. I don't expect that, but they could also be like, surprise, it's TA again, she's back. It wouldn't surprise me. A lot of teams are doing these bait and switch picks, but more likely than not, this is just going to be a support. Maybe even something basic like a Crystal Maiden. Could work really well here. Oh,
Choose your
it's the
hero.
Leshrac.
That's a CC&C hero, isn't it?
He does play it. Yep, he's going to play it in this game, so it is a bait and switch.
Arteezy Morphling. Is it Ursa or is it Weaver? There's Fly on the Ogre. Ursa Weaver. Ursa Weaver. It's got to be Weaver, right?
What? Which?
Support, I mean.
Oh, Weaver support, yeah, for sure. I mean, you could support Ursa.
Okay, just follow the axe around?
It's not impossible, but it's kind of unorthodox.
It used to be good before they had that massive nerf on Fury swipes, because it was, 20 seconds all levels duration, then they put it down to like 8, 12,
yeah, it's
whatever.
a lot weaker now. It is going to be. It's going to be that, though. Well, you just got to be more persistent. Just got to chase after.
You have to commit super hard.
Yeah. Dude, what is this ogre weapon? This is bubbling.
It's the HP thing from Diablo.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know what you call them. I didn't play much Diablo, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I guess it looked like this. It's just shaking it.
Let's wobble it around a little bit. So S4 Weaver, Fly Ogre, Crit Ursa.
Yeah,
Morph,
gotta be careful when you draft these days. People are tricky. Secret were doing this as well, and now EG showing the same kind of stuff here.
Very tricksy little evil geniuses.
Yeah.
So Ori's playing the Necro actually. Puts Yang on the axe.
Yeah, I think that might suit him a little bit better as well. And I think Ori, it will be an interesting lane though. The Necro versus Leshrac should be, and I wonder. I think Leshrac is slightly favored in my head when I try to think about how it should go, but Ori's a good laner for sure.
I want to see their starting items if they go for something funky here. So I feel like the lane is probably I'm leaning towards Leshrac, but I feel like it's probably balanced player hero with all things considered. But we'll find out.
Man, they should just say fuck it and go level 1 Roche on EG, man. Dude, old school. But it's gonna be Orb of Venom on the Ursa, starting with it, and also could have bought South Shield, but instead saving money for the boots. So let's get the boots extra early. Let's pull the tango from the Morphling. It's like, Arteezy, you pay me now.
Share me that regen.
Well, I mean, as long as the Ursa helps you free farm, then I guess you're fine sharing regen with him.
Down towards bottom, S4 and Fly already with the Obs Ward down, blocking that pull camp. So they should be playing reasonably aggressively down in that bottom spot. Nobody from ViCi Gaming down here at all, though. 4 heroes have merged up top, with Paparazzi setting himself up, potentially just to stick around there. Fade Phoenix and Yang Axe up at the front. They're looking for info. They're looking for that little edge. Show us your lane setups, EG. Give us something. Throw us a bone here. But Arteezy and Crit are very, very defensively positioned. They might finally get scouted by Fade here in the end. They see Crit. And this is where they shove the axe down bottom, right?
Yeah, I mean...
And they've already gone for it. Yang's well on his way down bottom.
You kind of have to. You kind of have to. He would not be having a good time if he goes top.
The battle begins.
Bounty runes. Radiant gets double top. Dire gets double bottom. Classic start.
Yeah, it's the gentleman's agreement.
No contest. No, just grab bounties.
We could all be happy.
We can all live together in happiness.
Oh, Morphling, look at him.
So, a tri-lane again from ViCi Gaming. Triple ranged heroes with Lunar Blessing this time, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a strong tri-lane. And I wonder what Arteezy is doing. He's like sitting around doing nothing. I was very surprised. He just ran into a corner instead of following his creeps. I don't know if his mouse died or something. Yeah, it looked dumb.
He spooked.
Yeah, he was scared, I guess. I was really late, though, to the lane.
Oh, Fly TP's top. Go in a little bit here onto Fade as he tries to zone out on that tower area, but DY in from the back with a Wave of Terror, and Arteezy morphing into strength. There's a lot of damage coming his way, but he will be okay to salve up and hide away in those trees. So far, this 3v2.
It's a scary combination, the Wave of Terror and the Lunar Blessing. Oh, Luna doing a little bit of a bad job controlling the aggro. So you see the lane is going to push now. Like, she attacked Ogre kind of unnecessarily and took the aggro. I don't think she should have done that. Lane could have been pushing back to Radiant, but now a lot of experience and gold coming the way over TC. This is like pretty big misplay, actually.
Trying to get a few denies in there as Paparazzi looking to remedy that mistake. And the TP Fade down bottom to set up the 2-1-2. So Axe and Phoenix now against the Ursa Weaver. As Fade taking a good chunk of damage there from the level 1 Fury swipes.
The angry Ursa. He has to go in again. Reset those swipes.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh.
No.
No.
Well, what is it? Yeah, it's 8, 12, 16, 20.
Yeah, it's really tough. 8 seconds is not a very long time.
It really isn't. I mean, when you compare it to 20 that it was before.
Yep.
It's a pretty big difference, but a good juicy wave coming in towards S4. Yang not really able to get too many denies or apply any pressure really under that tower.
So we haven't talked too much about mid lane, but so far it looks like Ori is actually doing a quite good job. Both players are getting some farm though. 8-1, 14-1. Not the biggest difference.
They have almost identical attack damage as well, but
They do.
CCNC missing out on that range creep. Arcane Rune, who's the faster one here? 3-3-4 move speed
attack
for
projectile.
CCNC. The attack projectile wins the race. Up towards top, we've got Fly dropping low, but he turns around with a Fire Blast, and the Adaptive Strike finds Paparazzi. Fly, big tanky bastard on the Ogre. Looks reasonably happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. He managed to bait in Luna. He's just too hard to kill like that. Morphling gets so much damage done as well when he's not being focused. I like the laugh on the
What's Ori up to? 16-2 against the 12-1, so CCNC a solid wave behind. Experience-wise, it's not looking that bad, but the Leshrac completely out of mana now. Needs to start bringing mangoes and bounties and all that good stuff.
The sustainability from Necro is always just better. I mean, he just needs to kill creeps. That's all he needs to do, and he's fine. Ogre is suiciding. He's done. There we go. Meanwhile, top lane, tons of damage onto Arteezy. Actually gonna go down here. Bench wrapped around, and Luna bringing the damage in the form of the aura.
Magic Missile.
Dude, the two of them are so strong in lane together. You just Wave of Terror and Lunar Blessing, and your right clicks are dealing like 80, 90 damage per hit. It's crazy.
It is very powerful. And of course, Arteezy here, level 2, no levels in the waveform. I mean, more often than not, we see kind of 0, 1, 3 builds or something along those lines, and 1, 1, 2. He might have to go for waveform at level 3 here just to give himself an escape mechanism.
I think so. I think you go 1 point in waveform, and then that might be enough.
Yeah.
He actually does go for the morph. Alright. So he needs to trust that Fly is going to stick around and protect him, because he has no movement speed to get away and no waveform to escape.
He certainly doesn't. So Ori and CCNC looks like they have kind of leveled things out in CS.
It's fairly even, but still
net worth-wise, Leshrac is 500 gold behind.
Yeah.
All that regen he's burning out, bringing to himself. I'm going for stuns up top. Arteezy is morphing, turns with the Adaptive Strike.
Yeah, but he can't keep hitting when they go on the Morphling instead of trying to kill the Ogre. Then it's gonna work out for ViCi.
What's going on down bottom then? Fade jumps in onto S4. The burning damage from the Fiery Spirits and that dive do take him down, but S4 got the kill first.
Yeah, that helps him a little bit there.
Arteezy's dead top again, hey. DY is going to get taken down by Fly with that Ignite. But Morphling falling yet once more.
I cannot agree with this skill build. It's too hard for me to support the fact that he's not going waveform when they hit that hard. I mean, he probably knows better than me, but it still hurts to die with 180 mana available and no point in waveform.
Yeah.
Like, that waveform could have maybe even killed Vengeful a little bit earlier, and maybe you can, 2v1 survive somehow. I don't know. It's tough for me to get behind this build.
It definitely feels like one of those moments where, you know, you practice and train something for so long, and, you know, 95% of the time you go 0, 1, 2. And it's just like muscle memory where it's like, go for morph level 2.
Yeah, I think every skill up in Dota almost should be a conscious decision. You know, is this what I want? Because things change in different games, and just this lane, if he had boots even, if he had, you know, a decent start, then no waveform is fine. But he's just so slow. He's getting right-click to death easily.
Ooh. Can he die? The boots Ori has boots advantage here. 3-3-5 against... Oh, never mind.
He won't.
I say boots advantage. Leshrac has one move speed more without boots.
Yeah, Leshrac is super fast hero. You also have the fact that Leshrac would probably be able to either pop the regen or pick the Fairy Fire. And even then, I mean, even an ulti right now doesn't really kill. You have to like
Death Pulse as well with maybe a hit or 2.
And right clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now it's 2 right clicks and a Death Pulse.
I just saw the boots and I was like, he's fast. But Leshrac is faster.
Yeah. It's a sad story. As a Techies player, I know this story far too well.
Oh, man.
You go to lane and you see everyone outrunning you despite you having boots.
Feels atrocious, man.
That's when you just gotta accept it. I'm slow. That's me.
5 minutes about to hit. S4.
Both the runes top are gonna go the way of ViCi. Luna is gonna make sure of that. She might even run back and Shrine, but I don't think so. I think she'll just take the 2 runes.
Yang has bottle queued, and it looks like he wanted to bottle up the bounty runes. But with S4 here...
Yeah, it will be tough. Will be tough. He might run, like...
Oh.
He might stutter step back and buy it, and then go for one of the runes. He needs to get back in the side shop AoE though if he wants to buy it, but he might do it.
A little risky against Weaver, but it looks
I don't know. If he buys it and somehow manages to just pop the bottle over and over and magic wand, he'll have mana for Berserker's Call, and then he can take the rune for sure.
Yeah.
If he makes that play. It's possible. There's a chance for ViCi to get all 4 runes. Let's see it, Yang. It's up to you, sir.
You have to do it.
Yeah, you have to.
They know
by now, it's been
down.
paused long enough that he definitely thought about this. You know, he's seen the possibility.
He's like, I'm going to go, grab the bottle, use 1 charge, go grab the bounty rune.
Probably going to have to use, like, all 3 of them, because Weaver will probably attack him, so you need to, like, spam that shit. But, it's doable.
And they know that Swarm's down already. Such a long cooldown.
Weaver has cooldown on everything right now.
Yeah. Even Gemini attack.
Yeah, even that. 3 seconds. Everything is aligning here perfectly for Axe to make the big 4 rune play.
The quad runes.
Oh, dude, we've seen it quite a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been like one of the defining moments of some of these games. It's the double quad runes that you always have to look out for. It's like the 5 and 10 or the 10 and 15.
Yeah, if you get the 10 and 15, that's a good sign that you're gonna win at 20.
Yeah, it really is. It's just one of those. Yeah, we feel really good about this game. Enemies can't even touch the bounty runes. They're so scared.
Yeah. Is that or when you're taking both the enemy shrines at the same time? Those 2 things.
Which we saw last game.
Yes.
So Morphling 6 and 6. We know of his struggles. Can catch up. Morphling, one of those heroes that is going to be a threat throughout the game, it feels like. Especially here with ViCi not having any supreme counter to the Morphling. There is Reaper's Scythe, and there will likely be a Spirit Vessel on the Morphling, of course. But you take a look at the farm of the other cores, and ViCi Gaming with 3 of the top 5. 15-10 Luna, having a pretty spectacular game coming out of that tri-lane.
I mean,
but the Necro, dude.
Look at the net worth of Necro compared to Lesh. You know, it's sort of similar in CS, but that's a big disparity already. Definitely doing good here. Like I said, the worry is a pretty powerful laner.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about the matchup, but he's making it happen. Let's see it, Axe. Oh, no, he man down. Man down. Didn't even buy the bottle. He's too scared.
S4, you beautiful boy.
Yeah, he's too scary, S4. He's leaving the rune.
But he bought a bottle to go bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
They did do it.
Rotation in from Venge. Just walks away into the lane. Fair enough.
Yeah, and now the difference is even more apparent. Necro almost doubling the Leshrac's net worth. That quickly went from slightly ahead to
fully destroying.
Yep.
Swarm in from S4 towards Yang. Crit, not really able to catch up here, even with Boots and Windlace. Thanks to this Phoenix. But Yang and Fade don't really feel like they've got anything to do down here. They're kind of sticking around and seeing how things go.
It's a struggle lane.
Like EG are winning 2 out of 3 lanes, and mid lane...
It's a struggle lane, but Yang is still getting farm. He's still same farm as the Weaver, so it's not, you know, it's not horrible. And it's crush time. Oh, okay.
It's go time.
Okay, they're like, whatever.
We shouldn't have talked about how things have been going so smoothly earlier on. We've cursed ourselves a little bit there.
Yeah.
Top lane, Magic Missile in. Paparazzi looking to follow through on Arteezy.
Time to go full Shanghai Major.
Oh, dearie me, no.
Oh, the clarity is like, I want you.
He still dies here, right? Like,
Yeah, might be. He could just be attack walked
that's
here.
a big adaptive strike with a strength up, though. I thought for sure he was going to waveform TP and just try and get himself out of danger, but he stuck around and allows for the turnaround. Crit
There's
and
the
fly.
bloodlusted Windlace Orb of Venom Ursa.
418 move speed.
He's a champion.
Num num num.
Get him.
Vengeful Spirits, done, done, done. DY pinging Paparazzi saying, dude,
Yeah. You fucking noob. Help me.
Where is my team?
Not saving my life. Disgusting. Well, either way, that was pretty good for ViCi, as they only lost the Vengeful, and they forced quite a bit of rotations, which those rotations need to be going towards mid if you're on EG right now. You know, you want to help this Leshrac. Oh, maybe. He's fine on his own.
He's going in on Ori.
He is going in. The Necro ulti is very close to coming off cooldown.
This is a level 8 Necro as well. CCNC, not enough damage there and sitting on 800 HP. Very squishy to this double null potential strength treads on Necro. CCNC is only getting boots coming out in the courier in a minute or so because it's flying down to bottom to look for this Ursa Warrior. Where S4 and Crit both find Yang's axe.
Yeah, very nice play there. Really close to dying on Weaver. Has to be careful not to catch one of his spins, but he had good positioning.
This is such a nice little access point for Radiant to attack mid. It's being pinged out by CCNC now. He knows it's coming. This Observer Ward has finally spotted the rotations coming in.
Yeah, the ward is really helping out. I think it was Ogre who smacked that down earlier when he was just running around it. It's very useful. They need something like that because Necro is not allowed to get more kills right now. But he TP's bottom. He wants the kills.
Crit.
Oh.
I beg. That was ever so close to him killing Axe before falling to the Reaper Scythe, but they keep the Scythe and they get the Axe alive out of danger with a kill to his name.
Yeah, Weaver wants the CS. Greedy.
Dire's
Top lane,
tower
rotation
is under
behind here
attack.
with the Invis Leshrac. But they have seen him. They have a sentry.
They sure do.
They're debating. Oh boy!
Oh, they've got him as well, just on the very edge. They had the perfect amount of damage and disable.
Nothing wrong here, officer. No,
Yeah.
we're not up to anything bad. Step closer, why don't you?
Just edge a little bit closer to
Yeah.
us. I like a bit of edging.
He took one step closer, and that's when they instantly just said, okay, that's a kill.
That's the end of your life. So CCNC having a travesty of a game so far, it feels like.
And Arteezy is in the same boat. He's really not having a good laning stage. I mean, 1980 GPM, or GPM, that would be good. Gold to his name.
That's a turbo game level of GPM.
Ah, a good turbo game.
A good turbo game. But yeah, this game feels much more comfortable for ViCi Gaming. EG, you know, previously they've been winning kind of 2.5 of their lanes. This time around, they've definitely not done so well. Top and mid lane is not looking hot. They've got Phoenix now for Fade, leeching experience to crack 6.
It's the start that ViCi needed. They can't have these games where CCNC just, you know, rolls mid and does whatever he wants. This game is almost looking like the complete opposite, where the Necro is just a superpower. And then we see Ogre going down on top. Man, I worry for what they're going to do when the swap is starting to get into the mix here as well, because they're finding a lot of kills before using Vengeful
Dire's
ulti
top
even.
tower is under attack.
Runes spawning.
Like even defensively, right? That's the aggressive swap. Even defensive swap, I don't know if EG are going to be ready for that, because when they jump someone, they want to burst the hell out of them with Ursa, with Lash, with Morph.
It's a great way to kite Ursa, that's for sure.
It is a support Ursa, but Crit has a very valuable job to accomplish. Up towards top, Paparazzi. A little pull across here, Arteezy takes down the Satyr with that adaptive strike,
my
but they've got
goodness.
so much disable with the magic damage. Arteezy,
He's like, I don't want to waveform, but then again, he's just taking a lot of physical damage into his into his attributes. Yeah, he doesn't have a salve or anything.
Very close to death.
He just magic wands, try and get some HP up.
Poor little boy. So Paparazzi continues free farming up top. DY sticks around, pinging into the tower. Looks like they're shoving with the catapult wave coming in. Mid lane, it's Fly there. So where's the rest of EG? Down bottom, CCNC with S4 and Crit. Looking to maybe dive Ori. This
It's interesting that they put Ori bottom. I like that decision. Oh, mid slow kill on Ogre. Tower top going down. I like to play though to put the Hood Necro bottom. He's very hard to kill. Oh, Necro might be able to kill S4 there. Very close.
not only very hard to kill, but nearly killing S4's Weaver.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, that was... I mean, he's got 7-1 and maybe the strength threads to come up.
Yeah, he has to be careful against Necro. Necro hurts.
Top lane. Lucent beam again onto that poor little Morphling, but EG, they are ready to strike.
Oh, Yang.
Fly finds Yang. I think he's just bought his Blink Dagger and it's coming on the Courier, so not a massive loss there for the Axe, but still a good pick-off for EG as they get onto the right track, finding pick-offs now.
Yeah, definitely. And in the end, he gank tanked for the Luna. Luna would be a better kill for him for sure, but they couldn't reach her as the Axe was farming in between. So still works out quite well for ViCi, but it was the start of something for EG perhaps. They get a lot of gold, you know. Need some gold on this Ursa. Get a Blink support Ursa.
Need many gold.
Man, I look over to CCNC's Leshrac and there's some sad inventory. Like,
Oof.
oof.
12 minutes in, just under 4,000 net worth.
So squishy.
Behind the Axe even. And against this amount of magic damage and minus armor. What's Leshrac's armor at, actually? Let's have a look. 7 plus the 2 from the tower.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's going to get shredded by Wave of Terror.
Yeah, he has a surprisingly good base armor, but it doesn't really matter when your HP is so low. It's just 950 HP on a mid-hero at this point in the game. That's very squishy. Oh boy. The smoke. They're going to go on Paparazzi, and I think his friends are too far to save him.
His days look numbered.
Oh yeah, look at this everywhere. Where do you run when that happens?
Where did they come from?
That was a perfect, not even triangulation, it was more than that.
It was like ships in the night where one team goes this way, the other team goes that way.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Paparazzi caught.
He got the bad end of that deal.
He definitely did. Yang, DY, and Fade on the Ancients' high ground as Fly. Moving in towards mid, maybe looking for that tower deny. Drags the creep aggro away, but he walks up into 3 from ViCi Gaming.
No.
Ancient denying. No. Dunk down before he can even get to those lizards.
Man, that was a close dunk. That didn't really look like it was dunk yet, but I guess Yang knows. He knows when it's dunking time.
Oh, but look at Paparazzi. Leshrac is getting it done. Crit helps out massively there as they find the Luna kill deep in behind enemy lines.
Back-to-back kills on Luna, alright. Starting to get some momentum here, EG. Very nice kill.
10-8. Leshrac now climbing that board. He leapfrogged the Axe for about 2 seconds and then back down below.
It's really impactful when you kill someone twice, like, oh, S4, TP's base, and then ulti's back down bottom. That's funny. He's just picking up items. No need to use the courier when I have ulti.
I am Kunkka now.
Yep.
Going into that Dragonlance as they've smoked Crit behind S4 with CCNC and Fly, so a lot of big sweeping movements from EG as they try to get the job done. They'll find the kill onto the Weaver now as Ori regenning up through the Ghost Shroud, has a Death Pulse and a Supernova to help him out, but the damage is there from CCNC and Crit. They'll focus the Supernova and a 2-for-1 exchange. EG getting this CCNC Leshrac up on the board feels very nice.
What a beautiful bait by Gustav. So nice. Just standing there, low HP, the blink on the Necro. He thought that, oh, time to get online. Surprised, everyone was there.
A blink and a call from Yang onto Crit. Should follow through with a swap on a stun. DY sets it up, but the Lightning Storm with a Split Earth. They don't save Crit, but CCNC, he is a lawnmower and he's rolling over these blades of grass. ViCi Gaming, 4 for 2, all things said and done.
Yeah, EG are really finding their pace here, getting a lot of stuff coming back into the game a bit. Luna gonna pick some top runes, Phoenix even getting slammed here by Ogre.
What was the change in the dynamic of this game? Like, have ViCi Gaming just played a little too loose?
I think EG just started setting up nice baits, honestly. I mean, this kind of textbook stuff, right? The enemy is very strong, so they're going to play aggressive. You just sit behind your tower and bait someone right next to your tower, and you kill them. It sounds so easy when you say it like that, but it's really well done by EG and capitalizing on ViCi's mistakes.
And this has shoved Crit on the Ursa from like 500 gold or so a couple of minutes ago, basically to blink.
Yeah, he has the entire thing. He could even sell Venom, I would say, at this point, but he wants to keep it. He has a lot of inventory slots to use.
Sprinting straight into the waiting arms of two of them there. Fade and Ori jump in from Yang. The call looks okay with the Eclipse on top. The damage is good onto Crit, but that's only a support Ursa you found. They need to get more out of this. A lot of expenditure from ViCi Gaming. They're not going to get anything more. S4 back in the trees, and the rest of EG fall away.
Yeah, not the worst casualties there if you consider the fact that Arteezy is free farming top meanwhile. So that's pretty good still for EG. They are going to have to defend the tower or decide if they want to leave it. They bloodlust it up, making it defend itself. Fight, tower, fight.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Shoots pretty fast. Level 1 bloodlusts.
Ursa does miss out a little bit on his timing on Blink. Now 100 gold away, but he should be able to make that up quite easily. As ViCi Gaming scan in behind the tier 1. Sure. Do they not feel timid at all about this? They've got Reaper Scythe and Supernova, no Eclipse, so I feel maybe with a couple of ultis they have.
Well, ViCi have to back up. The split push on side lanes is just too big. Weaver was shoving mid as well. But now, instantly, that could mean that EG push and take a tower bottom instead.
Dire and Radiant Observer wards.
Dude,
watching out for that cross in the jungle.
Watching Arteezy right now reminds me a little bit of JT, you know, where he just kind of tucks away and split pushes, has the silent game, 1-2-2, not having a great start, but Morphling, man. Trouble a-brewing.
He is coming back.
Oh,
Paparazzi. Mask of Madness on, jump in from Crit. Pops the Shrine there for the Luna to try and get out, but the damages are just insane. Bottom lane, they're looking for the dive onto Phoenix. He has an Icarus dive of himself, as well as a TP, so EG give that one up.
So far, the standout player on the side of EG has definitely been Crit. I mean, the support Ursa.
He's been everywhere and nowhere.
Yep.
Fade.
An absolute monster.
Cuts into the trees. S4. Oh, gets the swarm on him ever so barely, forcing the dive away and the TP. Is he safe?
Wow, that damage. He almost killed him. That was really close.
Top tower is under attack.
I did not expect that, but...
I mean, Phoenix with no armor and then the swarm.
Yeah, Bloodlusted Weaver, yeah.
Bloodlusted Weaver, things add up.
It does add up for sure.
So Ursa heading into the Basher, the classic. With Weaver
Necro going for a Radiance build. This is next item. And I must say, Luna, despite her 4 deaths, still being second highest on net worth, is pretty impressive. Because she's been picked off a lot this game.
Yeah, she keeps getting found, but I guess whenever she's found, she's farming. So
yeah, I mean,
she's cleared both camps and like, oh, you've killed me. I've spent my money.
I guess so. Already did the job.
I don't think I ever look at Paparazzi and see like 2,000, 3,000 gold. He's always very, unless he knows he needs buyback in a very certain situation.
Spend his money.
He's very, spend your money. Oh my
god, it's SMR hunting time.
What is the Ogre doing down there? Is he warding?
Yeah, I mean, he's just doing the psychopath, right? It's fly. Just run
blah,
in.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm an ogre. Look at me.
Yeah, focus me. Don't think about the Morphling.
Don't look bottom. Don't look top. Look at mid. Look at me.
Honestly, this has been a bigger and bigger thing that we see more throughout this tournament than I've seen in recent times. The whole distraction play. Ogre and Bane.
The Maniac role.
Yeah.
It's like the Jester in Mafia.
It is. It's annoying. It's annoying.
You win if you make the enemy kill you.
Yep.
TP to the Shrine from Fly. Guess what? He scouted out the entire ViCi team. He'll die immediately though. 1-for-0 exchange. ViCi will get themselves a tier 2 for it. This time maybe the Maniac play not working out entirely as intended.
Maybe not. We have interesting positioning on Yang here. He's looking for something mid. But Pink's coming out. I think they saw the rotation down there by Necro.
They are swinging into action. Well, they won't find any. It's a pretty dry lane.
Yeah, but maybe it's crits and CCNC coming in from behind, perhaps.
Another TP coming in. DY maneuvers into mid lane.
Mid tower is so low. I think CCNC probably wants to go for tier 1 even.
Oh, EG have just signaled out that they think the Radiant are all in that dire jungle, so they'll allow themselves to catch crit here on the Ursa Warrior. Again, support Ursa, not a massive pick-off. And it was a big rotation and a smoke there from ViCi Gaming, which is kind of not negated, but definitely mitigated any kind of massive loss EG could have suffered.
Wow, that was so close to him seeing the Weaver on Necro. That was ultra close, but the Fog of War just barely.
That's nighttime.
Ogre doing a good job defending mid. He stopped the Luna from pushing. Just been standing here, throw some Fire Blast in her face, Bloodlust the tower, and we're cool. But this game, slowly, it feels like it's slow and steady, still going the way of ViCi. Alright, there's no big advantage anywhere. But I feel like if Roshan is to be taken anytime soon, it's probably going to happen by ViCi. Even though EG are the ones with Ursa and Weaver, I just feel like control on the map, it's easier for ViCi the way the game is going.
It feels smoother, just more free, the way that they're kind of flowing around the map. Their wards look pretty good up towards the top part. Nothing down south though, just a few sentries making a nice little equilateral triangle down in that bottom right hand corner. Fly finds Fade as they do scout Roshan there with a wave of terror. Quick dive over the top.
Bit of a miss, that dive, but doesn't really matter. The swap is there, doing some damage, but they can't really bring him down.
Saving Private Fly.
Okay,
He is going to die, but they turn around for Fade. Great Supernova. The timing of that as the final projectile was launched, but the stuns the Eclipse onto the Morphling. Arteezy, no wave for Manta. Oh, you god. Absolutely beautiful until the Reaper's Scythe will put him in his place.
Yeah, nice little Manta dodge on the Sun stun there, but not quite enough. Bottom lane, you see a call onto the Weaver, but they don't have the sentry down by the time it's stunned. Bit of a misplay. And I think the S4 is going to be just fine down here.
That was
mid
so
lane,
close.
forcing out the BKB on Luna. Action everywhere right now.
Top to bot to mid. Look back to you, back to me.
What's going on?
CCNC, I don't know. It's just everywhere there's brawls breaking out. It's been really good watching the TP reactions and these very snappy, decisive moves. Like mid lane, CCNC, yeah, swap back into the loving, warm hug of the Sunray from Fade.
Very nice kill for him to get there, killing both the Morphling in the previous engagement and getting the Leshrac. Those are the two biggest kills you can get. Even if the Weaver is more farmed, I mean, he's not the hero that you want to shut down. You want to stop that Morphling.
If Yang hadn't hesitated there for like half a second, I think he might have found S4 with a call on the Blade Mail. Very, very tight window yet again.
Ursa thinking about it, but he doesn't want to go into so many heroes. He's gonna go, perhaps? No.
Radiant's Necro. So this is one of the situations where in Dota 2, you know, everyone on the team is very much focused around one objective. You know what you want to be doing, you're planning ahead, and you know that EG are likely going to come in and contest.
Look for the Ursa from above.
There's the swap. Fly taken out. The swarm is good though, crossing onto multiple heroes here, and the blink from the Ursa. Turned around with a call from Yang.
The taunt, beautiful.
Nice little Lucid Beam will take down Crit, the Supernova over the top. The dive over the top.
Yeah.
Arteezy is the Phoenix now.
Arteezy.
That is Arteezy. The Fade Phoenix is over towards the back with Supernova available.
Arteezy can be a bird if he wants to, dude.
He absolutely can. But yeah, it's again going to come down to this Roshan as both teams, they are vying for control around the pit. Rosh down to about half HP.
Both teams using buyback, but still feels like ViCi got the better end of that deal right there. They did use the BKB on Luna, so she's not quite as ready for fighting now. But Necro is so strong. Oh, he blinks in though. Maybe a brave move?
Nice swap. Venge with a call forward. Yang has CCNC set in his sights. S4's Weaver's in the back, but he's doing no damage.
Oh.
He does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, for 100 seconds that's going to be true as well, because he's on the sidelines.
Dead without buyback. Just finished off his Dragonlance BKB, or just finished off his BKB, I guess. A bit of money saved up. But Roshan goes the way of ViCi Gaming as they set themselves in prime position to tie up this series.
It is time to go high ground. You don't really care which lane you go to, just get to a point of standing on the high ground. Luna is fantastic at pushing now. When you have Aegis and that safety that you're not gonna die, then she can really just tear into this Drax. This might just be mid Drax and top Drax actually. Like a long time without Weaver.
Oh, they're being very, very patient and disciplined. Moving in towards Fly, the kill here. They want to take the tier 2s down first. The jump in from Crit, though, looking towards Yang. The Sunray turn around to keep Yang healthy and get damage in onto this nasty little teddy bear. There's the Battle Hunger to cancel any chance of a blink, but Crit turns and kills Yang. He got a little bit too close for comfort. Meanwhile, in the back, they've got to jump onto the Venge. There's the stun into damage as CCNC bails away from Paparazzi's Luna.
Yeah, they're capitalizing on ViCi splitting up a little bit too much there. They had a lot of people all over the place. So they got, I mean, not the best trade ever. You got 2 kills, but the enemy got 2 kills. Still, though, you didn't have Weaver during this. So just the fact that ViCi tried to play the entire map, I disagree with this decision. I honestly think if they 5-man there with Weaver dead for 100 seconds, they could have made some bigger stuff happen than what happened now.
Yeah. Like, they didn't even get the tier 2. They got a couple of kills. They have to reset.
They do still have the Aegis, though, so they can go again and just, you know, force the issue. Can still happen, but I really wish that they would go more together with the Necro and the Luna.
Necro with Radiance burning the creep wave from Invis.
Not suspicious.
How is that creep wave dying? I will never know.
Just really hot on the mid lane.
It really is. You saw that bug, right, with the Radiance burn? We'll come back in a second. Paparazzi in onto S4, and they've got the blink from the Necro. Not quite enough damage, though. The dive forward looking for the Weaver. No time lapse, only BKB. S4 not going to pop it just now.
You got clutch ulti off there on the Weaver. Still got ultied by Necro, but
very close.
Managed to live. Ursa looking for something.
No way.
No. Just aggressive, as always.
Well, yeah, there was a thread that popped up on Reddit where there was a very specific bug with Monkey King, Warlock, and Underlord. And you had to do a very specific sequence of events. And whenever the Underlord, at the end of those events, would... I think it was Monkey with Radiance, and Underlord would have to use his ulti to TP to a lane. And whenever he TP'd somewhere, where he landed, Radiance Burn would appear and be permanent.
Oh, I see.
So you could actually cover the map, technically, with just spots of Radiance Burn.
I see. It's the Monkey King clones not properly stopping. I see. That's sneaky.
So he was like TPing the Monkey clone or something around the map. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Radiant Monkey King is some annoying stuff when he pops ulti, especially if he has level 25 talents. It's massive
range.
Massive Radiance burn.
Quick and easy tier 1 for Crit top. ViCi Gaming looked like they were setting up for a shove in onto tier 3 middle, but they are pinging out top lane. Paparazzi wants to continue farming and shoving this equilibrium across the river, but look at who is set up to his sides. Ogre northeast, Crit to the southwest.
He saw him though. He saw the Ogre a little bit there, the Lunar Blessing. And beautiful. The forced off right in there. He knew precisely what was happening.
Just finished off that Hurricane Pike as well. Looks like some good value. Battle Hunger. Oh, that's not going to finish him off, is it? They've given up. Fly survives.
Barely alive there. Orc lives for another day. He is kind of in an awkward spot, but he's healing so fast with the Tranquils.
He'll come out.
Morphling. They're chasing him, but he's going to be just fine. He's running away.
He knows what's up. And now with his freshly purchased BKB, Manta style on top of it, he is a threat in these fights. Bottom, Fade, Halberd, Spirit Vessel, nowhere near an easy kill for S4. You are lacking some serious damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a defensive build on Weaver. He really does need this MKB to provide the damage for him. Look at the Ogre. He like played from top lane, ran down mid lane, now hijacking a wave.
Getting pinged out. Get this guy out of my lane. Paparazzi will come in and finally claim that kill. Ori.
Oh, the bigger kill though. Meanwhile, the Necro ulti being used to bring down the Leshrac.
CCNC dead to Reaper Scythe. 60 seconds. And I wonder if they saw him buy some items there, because he has no buyback.
He doesn't. And again, this is a massive timing window. The Aegis is going to time out soon, right? It's not going to last for that much longer.
10 seconds.
Yep. There we go.
Arteezy on defensive duty with the help of the Glyph. But Paparazzi on high ground with Spirit Vessel. Tier 3 is going to start dropping very quickly. In they jump with the axe and the call, and that's Arteezy gone for 70. Didn't get off the morph, and now they jump with Crit inside, but that's it. Him gone.
Wow.
ViCi Gaming might just have the game in the bag now.
Yeah, I mean, they took a fight even without the Ogre there. Never mind already having, you know, your
And the dream situation for Luna. Open barracks, bouncing glaives. Tier 4's taking damage.
This is not gonna stop. She's gonna go for everything. Everything.
VG looking for end.
They are. They might even continue for Megas here, honestly.
CCNC TPing in.
Oh, okay.
Immediately pops his BKB, lands the Split Earth nicely, but this physical damage. The glaives are bouncing, and Paparazzi claims his life. Dead for 70, and Evil Geniuses, I think you might be tapping out soon. Weaver stuck in the middle of that.
Tap out for sure.
That is surely it. Evil Geniuses.
They're gonna wait a little bit. They have Ursa coming up and they have 2 buybacks, but yeah,
They call
this
it.
is just over.
ViCi Gaming take the game and tie things up 1-1. As we're seeing a fair number of
Another
goals
1-1.
today. Another 1-1.
That's what we provide here on the C stream, but that was honestly a very well-deserved win for ViCi Gaming. I like the way they played this. I like the way they laned, and it seems like mid lane is so important in these games that we see. There's a lot of room for outplay, right?
Yeah.
Because mid is almost always purely a 1v1 these days. And in a pure 1v1, if you win against your opponent, I mean, at one point the Necro was almost doubling the net worth of Leshrac. If you manage to achieve that kind of domination, you're probably going to win the game.
Yeah, I mean,
you're playing with a hero that the enemy are missing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially if like the 2 other lanes kind of, you know, go even or it's a bit of a wash.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to look, you know, I remember very clearly you were like, Paparazzi's died 4 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Those were his only 4 deaths.
Yeah.
He stopped dying the rest of the game.
He did die 4 times, and they did a good job punishing him for a little bit there, but all the while, the Necro was farming, he got his Radiance up really nice and early, and yeah, in the end, Paparazzi, you can gank him, but that didn't stunt him at all. He just went straight back to it. Look at that. Already at 8 minutes in or so, he was like getting that 2nd spot in net worth, kept it until he suddenly become #1 spot.
Oh, Ori, you wanted to be the highest farmed hero in the game? Well, Paparazzi has something to say.
Yeah, Luna is here.
Luna is here. But there we have it. Game 2 of that series, all done and done. Another 1-1. But we have 2 more series for you here on the C stream today. Virtus Pro against Complexity is our next match.
Yes, I'm excited for this, of course. Not only because it is Complexity and, you know, please pay me, but also VP. We get 2 VP series actually today. I'm really excited for that because Virtus Pro, they're always enjoyable to watch. It doesn't really matter who they play against. I love just studying their moves and their gameplay, so really hyped for this.
I mean, we all saw the clip yesterday, right, of that Aegis timing, just waiting.
I mean, they're just, it feels like when you see it, you're like, yeah, that's what we all should be doing.
But in the heat of the moment,
but they do it,
like,
right?
Like slowing yourself down and just stopping and like heat of the moment thinking,
yeah.
This is what we actually need to do. Like, killing him doesn't solve our problems. We can kill him.
I can tell you, almost every single team would just straight up kill there. But when you see the play, you're like, yeah, it's so obvious. We should, you know, just have it in the back of our head. It's timing out and have the exact timing when it goes down. VP are just, they do a lot of things really clean.
Yeah.
In Dota.
I think, honestly, it comes down to a lot of the communication. Something I kind of wanted to bring up in that game, we were talking about the Roshan, and it's very single-focused. Everyone's on the same page. Everyone's looking together. But earlier on in this game, we had top lane fighting, mid lane fighting, bot lane fighting, 2v2, 3v3. And I just wanted to ask you, how does communication work in situations like that, where you have 2 people talking about killing one person top and 2 people trying to talk about killing someone bottom?
So that's where you basically just have to have played a lot with your team and be really able to just, you know, tune in the voice that you're listening to. If I'm ganking something and, you know, I'm focusing on what S4 has to say, oh, we can go on this guy, I have Shikuchi or something, and you hear other stuff like, oh, Fire Blast, oh, ogre, you know, you want to be able to just only focus on the stuff that matters to you. And then perhaps in the middle of all that could come a big call from your captain that, hey, all of us have a choice to make as well. All of us should be doing this. We should aim for mid tower. And that could maybe mean that you should do it as well. So it's hard.
Yeah.
Very tough to manage communication like that. You just gotta learn to trust your teammates and really get used to their voice. It sounds so basic, but it is an important thing.
So that brain trigger thing. Yeah.
Immediately connecting that voice, that's my Weaver, you know, like that kind of stuff.
And I guess it's another great point you bring up is that communication isn't just talking, right? Communication, you have this kind of,
hearing and acknowledging, and perhaps even, letting your teammate know that you know what he said. You know, like
even deeper than that, the kind of the unconscious bind, or the kind of relationship when you've played so much together, like you mentioned, you kind of have that pseudo communication where you know that one movement from your player or one action will lead to another action.
There's even the point where you have players of this caliber, when they're really good players, if they say, okay, let's kill this guy, then they probably both have the same image in their head, like, okay, we're gonna lead with this. A good player doesn't even have to be that you played in the same team for a long time, but if you're two good players, you probably have the same visualization of how you initiate that,
like how you change.
So everything doesn't have to be said. It's obvious that this guy should start or whatever. But all of it needs to be there, whether it's by you being a skilled player or by just having experience with your team.
There we have it. Our second series all done and dusted. We'll move on along. Of course, we have a wonderful match coming up just now. Complexity against VP.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.